Hey, what up? Welcome to Kicking It with Kunkel. We got an awesome interview for you guys, as we always do here on the show. This week it is with Tytus Howard. I had a similar type of conversation with Ed Ingram a few weeks ago here on the channel. If you like that, you will like this a lot, because the offensive line still has a lot of things to work through after what happened in the Los Angeles Rams game. I think they were incrementally better than they were last year. I still think there's things that they got to get better at. Pressures allowed, moving bodies, and just getting to the line faster. D'Amico talked about as well, the urgency. And I don't think that's the offensive line. That's the quarterback getting in and out of the huddle faster so that he can make the changes that CJ wants to make. That also counts on Nick Caley, the offensive coordinator, getting the play call in faster if necessary as well. So with all of that said, I'm going to kind of wrap it up on the backside, but here's my interview with Tytus Howard. All right, so in the offseason, a lot of talk about your room. D'Amico says we want to make it tougher, we want to change the culture. What about that room did you think needed to be changed? Did you think it needed to be changed, and how has it changed, if it has changed?
Yeah, definitely the culture, man. This is how we went about things in the past, man. We need to be more gritty as offensive line. We need to be more detailed. We need to bring a whole bunch of guys in that fit that mold. And I think we did that.
How have you seen that kind of transform through training camp? I know it's just been one game, but how have you seen it change? What's different to get that result?
I would say just guys coming in prepared every day, ready to work. Been a lot of moving parts all off season, training camp, and guys haven't guys haven't backed down from it. Everybody been prepared to play and be ready to move around and stuff like that, and so we just been ready to work. Guys have been putting work in, and as far as week one, man, I would say, I feel like with the things that we was given, guys, came in and made something happen, because we had a lot of moving parts, a lot of stuff that we couldn't control up front, and it happened, so we just got to learn from it and move forward.
You're talking about the shuffling of the guys and Ed can't play. Sure. How annoying is that week one, and you got to deal with that, and how difficult does that make it, week one?
I wouldn't say it was annoying, but it's always tough, man, going on the road and having to do that, being against a solid, against a good front. I don't think people realize that's one of the best fronts in the NFL. So for us to, come in and, play, we got a lot of stuff we need to fix. We know that. And so we just got to work, man, and just keep getting better. And we're back at home this week. We, play better when we're at home versus the road. So let's learn from what happened last week, and then we get here at home and we put some work in, put some good stuff on film. Now everybody ain't got to panic.
What's different with Nick? I don't need you to compare him to Bobby. It's not fair. But what's different with Nick and what he brings this offense in order for you guys to put up some points?
Oh, he just got a different type of swagger to him, a different juice. His play style, his coaching style is totally different. Obviously, the offense is totally different. It's more downhill. But I think he does a good job of getting guys involved, letting us know what the game plan is, and using guys to their strengths. So I think he, later on, in the second half, we got the ball moving in the run game, and that was because he, changed up and let guys play to their strength. And I think he does a very good job of that.
How are you different in this offseason, coming and knowing that D'Amico said what he said about your room? How did you change your approach in the offseason to make you different this year, or did you?
Oh, yeah, I just want to, be a better leader for the guys. I know, I'm an older guy now, and a lot of young guys are going to come in and say, all right, we're going to look at the older guys and see how they work, see how they go about their business, and I want to be a guy guys look at and say, dang, he's doing it the right way. So I've, prepared that way this whole offseason. And then as far as me, with the position flexibility, man. In the past, I always I hated it. But now I see that as a weapon for myself. Not many guys in the NFL that can do what I can do, can move, whether it's right tackle, left guard, right guard. Like guys can do. So now I look at it as a weapon for me. It makes me more valuable, and it helps the team.
So was that a survival deal, or was it? Did you start to enjoy playing some of the other positions? Why the mindset switch on that?
Well, I think the mindset switched because I seen how much value I brought and how guys appreciated me doing the things I did for the team, and it kind of made me own in on, hey, I can't, just always think about myself. At the end of the day, to us to get where we want to be, it's a team sport, so sometimes I got to sacrifice.
Going forward, what are we going to see from this offense that's going to allow you guys to, put up some tutties?
You're going to see an offense that's more consistent. We just got to come out and we got to get rid of the penalties early in the game. Those penalties last game killed us. So we got to be more consistent. We got to, play at a faster pace. A lot of times, we was leaving the huddle with 10 seconds on the clock. Kind of put us in a lot of bad positions. But one thing I know about this offense is that guys going to respond. So we got to be able to respond this week, have a good week, and let's have a good game this week.
I didn't think about the urgency stuff, and then D'Amico brought it up. Then you bring it up again. Like, what is you guys getting your ass to the line help you guys do more, especially now with CJ having more ownership at the line? Does that allow him to like kind of protect you guys and not having those penalties and allow you guys to kind of settle in and see what is out there before you have to execute it?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going to getting in the line. We get to the line faster, we see the front faster. The quarterback gets a lot of chance to see stuff, and if you want to change the mic point, you can change it. So it just makes the whole offense run smoother. And so we just got to play a little faster. That's for everybody on offense. So when we get to the line of scrimmage, we're not shuffling and scrambling to get the play off. And in the way that, say for instance, the protection was going this way, and we could have switched it to go that way, and then not free guys coming through and it's making the whole offense look bad.
On a good note, you guys did well against the twists on Sunday.
Yeah, that's
not so much last year. So like it was, and Ed Ingram talked about like the fact you guys talked about that, and Cole Popovich drilled that home. So
that was one of our biggest things this year, is being able to pick up twists. That's something that we work on every single day of practice, and it paid off for us a long shot. Now we just got to take that next step of seeing, hey, what didn't work for the first game, now let's drill that all week.
How much is that knowing the dude next to you and like what he's going to do and what you got to do and trusting the guy next to you and then communicating like, hey, if they move, like chill, you stay there, I'll stay here and I'll get this guy. Like what goes into being able to do twists well?
Like you just said, said it yourself, trust.
Smart
that's the biggest thing. Like you got to be able to trust that your teammate is going to do his job. And I think by us getting all those reps and that repetition every day, we built trust with each other in the offseason that helped us out in the game.
Cool. Thanks, bro.
Yep.
Appreciate your time. Appreciate you. I love the interview with Tytus because he speaks confidently, he speaks openly and honestly. He admits the fact that there were issues. And before everyone says, like, well, of course you can. Why wouldn't he? Dude, there are coaches and there are players that always kind of push aside the issues. They never really address them when you have these type of conversations with them. And it comes off as disingenuous and just kind of BS. And Tytus doesn't do that. He admits that there were significant issues last year with the twists and the stunts, and they did a good job. Like I told him, they did a good job against the Rams with those. And that's just trust. I thought it was interesting that they did revamp that culture, and his dude, his boy, like they're friends. As far as I know, he and Laramie Tunsil are tight. And he admitted that the culture got a revamping in the offseason, and it was good for this room. I have no interest in getting gossipy about Laramie and if it's better without him. I don't think Tytus would go down that road unless there's beef, but like I don't personally have an interest in that gossip. I just want to ask him the hard but obvious question of like, your head coach had some ish to say about your room in the offensive line room, and that it wasn't tough enough, it wasn't mean enough, and like how do you take that? And I thought Tytus addressed all that well, and I think he knows this is a long season. As I've said repeatedly, it takes about a month to truly evaluate an offense or a team in general, because training camp's a joke these days, and you don't hit the ground running in week one like you used to back in the day. Some guys will come into camp more in shape than they did back in the day. Back in the day, they'd use it to get in shape when they had two-a-days, but they also can't do anything in camp that really allows them, because they're so limited on time, to hit the ground running. So catch-22 in that way, but they're also maybe a little healthier, although the offensive line was not healthy in week one. Getting Ed Ingram back, if he can play against the Buccaneers, will be huge. I still have faith that this O-line will improve. I think they're going to be less of a detriment than they were last season. I also think that Nick Caserio is still building this offensive line, that this offseason is the true offseason for him to work on that room the way he wants to. I think he's built the rest of the team up. I know that doesn't make anyone feel good, but it's tough to address every issue in an offseason. Some issues you can address easier than others. And remember, the offensive line room was heavily invested in when Nick got here, and he had to work with some of those contracts. And obviously, he thought there was addition by subtraction, getting rid of Laramie, whether or not you'd have to pay him down the line. He didn't want to do that, whether or not they didn't like his mental mindset in that room and his, lack of leadership and of what they wanted that makeup of that room to be. Whatever it was, there was a lot of work that had to be done in order to fix the offensive line room. It's kind of like the Titanic. The Titanic was going towards the iceberg, but you had to stop all the momentum and then go in reverse to avoid it, versus, it takes a lot more time. Great analogy, Will. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of y'all that have been doing that and helping me out as well. Peace, y'all.